So, this one also came to me, but what is karma? Well, if you think of an ocean, and life is the ocean, and then something disturbs the ocean, because an undisturbed ocean is completely still. And you could say that's our inner life in its natural state. But when the ocean becomes disturbed, someone casts a stone across the ripples of the wave, and it causes ripples and waves in the ocean. You could say the ripples in the water are the result of karma. Karma is a Sanskrit word. I'll have to look more into this, but if I recall correctly, karma is a Sanskrit word that originally means action. And in this life, we take thousands of actions every day. Karma is simply the result of said actions. So, our actions create a karmic effect. And in this life, we're you have to take action. Even breathing is action. Surviving through this body is action. We're forced into a situation where action is necessary. So, karma is going to come from this life no matter what you do. But I think part of the evolution of consciousness and growth that stems from this is that the whole purpose of karma is to grow and learn from it. It's not necessarily for karma to come back and get you. Now, karma can come back to you, yeah, depending on what you do in this life. There's no get out of jail free cards. If you're causing another being harm, or your actions cause others harm, then I believe it does come back to get you. And not in ways you may think. That's why, and it's not as punishment either. It's more, this reality is a give and take reality. Everything, you must consume something to sustain something in this reality. We must consume food to sustain this body. Even drinking water. So, the whole thing about karma is to try and allow karma to come as it is, and our actions to stem from a place that is determined inside here, versus trying to take what's out there. Because the more we try to, if we're trying to take stuff from out here to fulfill something in here that we feel is lacking, it's going to result in karma that eventually is not going to feel good. It's going to come back to get us. And I'm not talking about sustaining the body where you need to seek food to sustain this body. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about consumption of things that are determined, those actions were determined by a feeling of inner lack. Inside a void, you feel empty. And a lot of people's void, like mine for instance, was coming from a place of lack of love. A lack of love of one's life and oneself. And trying to fill that lack of love with things. I tried filling that lack of love with Pokemon cards and pens and figures and all these things. And it's not to say that the things are what's bad or the problem. It's not to say that I won't continue buying things either. But you see, getting into debt again disrupted the balance, the stability that I had inside. It was necessary, though, for me to get into debt again because now you could say I'm feeling the effects of said karmic consequences. Where now I'm appreciating the stability and balance even greater now. And there's a huge distaste to holding on to things that have a lot of monetary value. I learned that when it comes to material things, there's things I appreciate a lot more that are not worth thousands of dollars than the things that are. I have this feeling inside of things that things that have a lot of greed and a lot of heavy energy behind it. Is that it's become too heavy for me to hold on to anymore. And now I just don't want it. I've reached a natural state of letting go, a natural state of surrendering. And I'm more at peace because of that. Because holding on to these things, it doesn't feel good anymore. In fact, it feels relieving and better to just let it go. To let it go on to where it needs to go to. No longer clinging to things. When it's time to let them go, I've learned how relieving it is to finally give in to it. To finally just let go. And that's my thoughts on that.